So the run is over. I bailed about 18 kilometers short of the finish line. Uh, really messed up my feet early on. Did not change socks when I should have after a thunderstorm. I should have been reading the news a little bit more. The Pope is in San Marino right now. I would have leveraged that a little bit. We sort of discovered that on the drive up the hill. Anyway, the event as an event went pretty well. Not too bad for throwing it together last minute. I have like a page of notes of things that need to be different next time, and I'm already working on the next one. It's going to be across Sicily, um, yeah, through the middle of Sicily, about 372 kilometers. Locking it in for another similar-ish project. I mean, it's very different, but it's another commercial philanthropic project connected to a personal friend. Something I've been thinking about a long time. Somewhere I will be present in gosh, yeah, like less than 2 months. I'll be there. It's going to be interesting. Um, it's going to be interesting. Now, yeah, we raised about $3,500 with, oh, I don't know, ballpark 20-ish donors. Had a couple of bigger donors. So, yeah, ballpark 25 donors. So the first $10 comes out. So $250 or so for the company. Not bad. That's going to be enough to get everything funded for the first physical products. We're going to start moving on that next week. And then it's go time. We crossed the Rubicon, man. Literally, we crossed the Rubicon with the salt. Um, it's a cool thing, actually. Like that is a cool thing to say. So I'm happy with the symbolic stuff and the actual outcome of the event, even though I was very upset with my own physical athletic performance. Totally, totally terrible. Though went for a run today, Saturday, ended Tuesday. Um, Rested Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Went for a 30-minute run today. It was fine. Um, Still feeling a little bit off, but I'm doing okay. I'm gonna be I'm gonna be documenting. Next week I'm gonna be talking a lot about how the orders go. It's really real now. Now we've got to fulfill our pre-orders. I forget, we have maybe like a dozen or 14 or so pre-orders that we have to fulfill. And then the big question mark still is shipping costs. I'm a little bit nervous about that one. I'm gonna yeah I'm gonna be willing to sell to Canada in addition to the U.S. I don't want to get too crazy yet. Also because of shipping costs. I don't know, and I don't know what else I could be inviting by saying, yeah, I'll ship to Botswana. Like, sure, I don't know. And now I'm moving everything over from Shopify to WooCommerce, so I have to now learn WooCommerce and all their, you know, stuff. It's all going to be on the company website. I'm going to save the €27 a month from Shopify. So that's cool. But it is a little bit of work. And now, I mean, I guess it's not too much to go back and change links or whatever. A couple of videos have links to the Shopify store. I guess that's not too difficult. But yeah, it's a long road ahead. It's the best metaphor. The runs are the best metaphor. The next event is already kind of pre-planned. I know what it's going to be, about how far it's going to be. Um, Dealing with some ego stuff, some temptations to vanity with it, like, oh, it should be this far or not this far, whatever. I'm just going to do what makes sense. Got to just resolve to just do what makes sense, conform myself to the order of reason. And if that's to run a little bit, you know, shorter, okay. As long as it's something that still feels exciting to me, then it's fine. If it was, oh, do 147 miles, that doesn't excite me. It just doesn't excite me. It's got to be over 200 miles. Um, I think we're going to do the route right through the middle of Sicily. There's an option to go on the northern coast. It's just my ego wants it to be longer, but like what I'm really thinking about is like expenses. I mean, the northern coast is expensive. You know, it's like tourist hotspots. So we'll avoid that and we'll go through the sticks and the countryside of Sicily. Things will be a little bit cheaper. Um, yeah, things will be cheaper in these nonsense towns that no one's ever heard of. Beautiful, beautiful scenery. But then there's Tiberman. And Tiberman is now something that I'm really thinking about, and I know what it's going to do, basically. Tiberman is going to be the launch of, let's say, fundraising or giving to Provide. Um, when I sign up finally and apply, I still have to do that. I should do that. I should do that next week, along with the purchase order. No, I'll do that the week before I head to the Pacific. I have a wedding in Denmark to go to. I fly out on the 8th. I'll get that done the first week of September, the application to my fiscal sponsor. Tiberman is going to be the launch of like the call for donors. That's what it's going to be. And I want Tiberman to be an annual event. And it's going to be a triathlon, obviously here in Italy. I don't know about my own residential situation. I'm playing around with ideas. I just don't know what makes sense. Um, I just don't know what makes sense anymore. So I'm trying to figure that out. Like, do I stay here? Do I go back to the U.S.? Do I just have like a pied a terre here? Like, just make sure that there's some monastery or something that would take me, for a couple weeks when I need to show up for whatever, do 100-mile runs or whatever it is. Maybe there's somewhere like that. I don't know. I'm talking to someone about an apartment in the city. I don't know. I don't know. I got to change all my immigration stuff, and it's like I can do it. It's a lot, and then the taxes here are a lot, and the company is not quite compliant, and I owe the state of Italy like €12 or whatever. But as it grows, it's going to be like something they care about. So I've just got to think about these things. I don't know. I don't know. I want to do a big Africa trip in winter, but then it's like, I don't know. Am I able to get back into the country? I've got all the immigration stuff. I'm renewing my card thing. I don't know. It's a lot. It's a lot to figure out, and it's maybe too much to try to figure out right now. I've just got to capitalize on what we just accomplished with the run. Um, just did a nice radio interview yesterday. That was good. Got to talk about it a bit. Maybe some follow up with another journalist friend or two, maybe. But in my experience, the journalism on these things is not as helpful as one would think. You think like, oh, if a big paper or a big, media outlet does a thing on my stuff, it matters. It really doesn't matter all that much. Really doesn't matter all that much. What matters is your own personal connection to people, and you don't get that through big outlets. You create awareness, which maybe you can capitalize on later somehow, but just because there's some article in some big newspaper or there's a spot on EWTN about it does not mean that people are going to come after you trying to get involved, trying to help you out, trying to give you money, trying to buy your stuff, whatever. Just doesn't work that way. You have to create the connection yourself. It's not bad to have news stories about your stuff. You can maybe leverage that, but it doesn't do all the work for you, is what I mean. So it's not a silver bullet. I'm not going to probably spend too much time thinking about it, working on that, but you never know. Maybe one story is worth asking a favor for. I don't know. We'll see. The bigger thing is, I have a friend who knows some hotel owners, and by some hotel owners I mean many hotel owners, and this I think is going to be the big play with salt. The bath salt, the bottles of bath salt are just kind of, it's the thing that gets individuals interested in these kinds of things, which 5 or 10 years from now could be a meaningful number with a meaningful revenue stream. But that we have 10 people who are trying to buy things. It's meaningful to me, but it's not a meaningful number. It's not a significant number in terms of revenue. It's just not. I don't know what the goals are specifically. That's probably a bad thing. I need to get a little more clarity on that, or any clarity on it. And I guess that can be the goal, is by the time I take off for the Pacific, which is September 15th, I want to have a set of real goals for the company, for products, and for the next 2 athletic events. I want to know kind of like what they are and what the deal is. There's another thing that I have going on that is a big deal, and I'm going to keep it a little bit quiet, but it's kind of a networking thing. And it seems some pieces are coming together for that. And so I might be creating a good position for myself in terms of networking. Yeah, I'll just kind of keep it quiet for now. I don't want to blab about it. But it's a good thing. We'll probably be in the spring, maybe late spring, after Tiberman or right before. Yeah, we'll see. The Sicily 200 plus mile, that'll be late February or early March, probably around then. Tiberman, a bit later. Bit later. The water's got to be warm enough. The weather's got to be good enough, dependable enough. Yeah. Anyway, that's it. I need to have goals. Need to have goals by the time I take off for Fiji on the 15th. That's what I got to do. And I got to start the application for the fiscal sponsor. Those are the 2 goals. Have both of those done. Fiscal sponsor application, and then a set of real goals for the company and the products and the events coming up by September 15th. And then next week is just getting the physical product ready to fulfill pre-orders and then to start normal sales. So that's it. Had a good event overall. The Pope is in San Marino, and everyone's talking about it, and pretty cool to say, yeah, I was just there and did this crazy thing. And I think one of our products is going to be like St. Marinus salt. That's going to be a thing that we do. Maybe that's our culinary salt that we do. Anyway, just thinking about it. It's interesting because Marinus, it comes from the word the sea. So anyway, it's something we'll play around with. But it's all good. And we'll see you next week.